first things first, how is Dan Baker?
Yeah, we're getting pretty healthy reports from him. It was just precautionary. There's a bit of neck pain there, and it perhaps looks worse than it is when we're as slick as we are medically and super efficient with all our equipment. But no, precautionary and hopefully positive news.
What did happen to him?
Just taking that ball into contact. Just seemed to take an awkward knee as he's dropped his shoulder. Just seemed, as I said, just a bit of neck pain, and he's just shaken up in that moment. And then, as I said, we take over then and perhaps take the decision out of Dan's hands.
Is it too early to say if he'll be available for next week, Griff?
Yeah, too early.
Griff, what was the verdict on the team performance?
We've got to be satisfied. It was a professional job, well done through a good training week, and we're probably a bit restless with some parts of our game, but I think considering where we are, we've asked the guys to go up a level. Whether we've done that, I don't know. We have with certain things, but as I said, it was ugly at other times. But in the context of the week we've got and the week ahead, which is clearly crucial for us, we'll take it and move on.
Dan, I guess a rare off day for yourself with the goal kicking. You actually missed the kick.
Yeah,
Go on then.
The coaches could have the blame for that, but they decided to bring the most popular bloke in the squad on just as I'm about to kick it. So no, God, that was a tired kick at the end. But no, I'm in pretty decent touch at the minute, so hopefully I can keep that going. It's still early season yet and things, but it's nice to be kicking a few points. And like I said, we had plenty of opportunities to score some points today, which was good. So all in all, a pleasing afternoon. Loads and loads to work on ahead of next week. It got a little bit scrappy towards the about 20-25 to go, but all in all, pleased with 5 points to kick off.
Do you guys watch the Northampton game last night, and what do you sort of make of the performance?
Yeah, I watched it, and I've been doing my Northampton work in the lead into that. So you look for traces and glimpses. We actually look at opportunities, but two very good sides, physically well matched. Both fronted up really well with each other. I thought Racing were quite smart in what they did. The game could have gone either way. Northampton dug in. Obviously there was a big interception moment and they've gone a bit crazy at the end, but two top sides, we're under no illusions. This is a sort of nice running for us in terms of the points in the bag, but we've got to go up an incredible amount next week to match up to that side and what comes in the next block of games.
Dan, you agree with that? It's a big challenge.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we have to front up a lot more. We'll have to be a lot more physical in terms of where we were at today. We have to be a lot smarter in terms of maybe obviously with the amount of possession and the scoreboard dictated us today, but we probably played a fraction too much in our own half and things, albeit chasing a few more tries. But we're going to have to go up a lot. We realise how difficult a place it's going to be to play up there, but also we should go up there with confidence as well. Why not? If we're unbeaten at the minute, we're under no illusions. There's loads to work on, but why not go up there with full of confidence and give it a good go? If we walk up onto the pitch thinking this is the champions of England, Northampton with all these stars, and what's the point in going up there? So for me, it's about going up there and giving them a real good run for their money, and we're fully expecting to rock up and test them as much as we possibly can.
Well, they're under a bit of pressure because having missed out on that bonus point last night.
Yeah.
They can't afford it back to back.
No, of course. We know that they're probably going to come out of the traps, and it's just about how we start the game in terms of slowing them down probably and trying to take a bit of the sting out of the game. So we know they're going to come out their top side with top players. So they're going to be smarting from last night, and we're under no illusions. It's going to be pretty tough up there. But we're confident a group, and as long as we keep our feet on the floor, like I said in an interview earlier, I said we got a group of boys who are working hard for the club at the minute and hard for the shirt, and sometimes that's better than having these star boys who sometimes haven't performed. But it's been a pleasure to play in this team at the minute. It's the forwards, the young boys are fronting up and making it a real joy to be a part of.
Griff, you must be pleased with your half-backs.
Yeah, they're getting a fair bit of attention, rightly so. I mean, we've been dictating the pace and the flow of the league games we've been playing in, and a lot of that is down to these guys, their understanding of where and how we want to play positive rugby, but doing it on our terms and in terms of the context of each individual game. And again, there's evidence of that today. As Dan said, probably got to a point where we want to play and perhaps bring other people into play, and these guys have been doing that magnificently, but it's about that, getting that balance right, and for the most part we've been doing that fantastically well.
What else pleased you?
Today?
Yeah.
Looking at the contribution, you know, the halfbacks, again, a lot of attention, and rightly so, but I think they're getting the best out of other players as well, and people like Josh Matavese's getting his hands on the ball more. Dan Baker, before the injury, asked him to pick up his ball carrying numbers, so he was offering himself a bit more effectively today. Dan Evans continued his fine form, and albeit in terms of the back three positionally, I thought we were slightly off today. But you know, Hassler, in terms of his presence on the field, is growing all the time, and nice to see him have a cameo in the centre position as well, so, which was an interesting one for us. So obviously I'm looking at the backs there, but you know, front five manned up again in what could have been a tricky encounter, but you've got people like Dimitri putting in high numbers again, working around, you know, as I continually say, one of the inspirational leaders in Alan Wynne.
How do you feel Andrew Bishop won?
He had a couple of errors which, you know, he'll be frustrated with, but you know, he locks things in defensively for us, and we're asking him to perhaps do more in the wider channels, and perhaps bring, as Dan does with his 12 and inside players, ask Biss to do a bit more with the outside players, and we're starting to sort of grow that in our training work, and we saw bits of it today, especially the early line break. You know, it's fantastic, straightening the line, good decision, and went back inside.
No other injuries?
Eli just you know, slight calf complaint near the end, so we went to 14 for the last 5, but again, he could have gone the duration, but that's our decision as coaches to, you know, just get him off the field and prepare for next week.